Death, be not proud, by John Donne. Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For those whom you think'st thou dost overthrow, die not, poor death, nor yet canst thou kill me. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be, much pleasure then from thee, much more must flow. And soonest our best men with thee do go, rest of their bones and souls' delivery. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings, and desperate men, and dost with poison, war, and sickness dwell. And poppier charms can make us sleep as well. And better than thy stroke, why swallowest thou then? One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall be no more. Death, thou shalt die.
Critical analysis. Death, Be Not Proud gets its traditional title from the first four words of the poem, in which the poet issues a challenge to death, that it should not boast of its conquests of people, not take pride in their fear of it. The poet depicts death as a force that is supposed to be mighty and dreadful, because it kills everybody, but he denies its invincibility, pitying poor death and declaring that it will not kill him. Assuming the voice of a preacher, John Donne was an Anglican minister. The poet attempts to convince his audience by the power of his rhetorical attack and his faith in the afterlife, not to be afraid of death, saying that people actually do not die forever. In a series of paradoxes, the poet attacks the conventional characterization of death as man's invincible conqueror. Rather than being a fearful experience, death brings greater release and pleasure than rest and sleep, which people use to restore their energy. Death not only provides rest of bones but also soul's delivery, a release into a peaceful eternity. Moreover, death is not the tyrann that it imagines itself to be. Rather, it is a slave to the arbitrary dictates of fate and chance, and to the whims of capricious monarchs and murderers.
The poet concludes his attack with a series of lines beginning with the word "and" as a connected summary of the charges he amasses against death. Death is associated only with the most destructive elements in life: poison, war, and sickness. Moreover, opium and other drugs can put a person to sleep as easily and better than death does. Thus, as a result of its servility, weaknesses, and association with the worst human events, death should not swell with pride. The final two lines, an unrhyming couplet, sum up the poet's defeat of vainglorious death. People may die, but they do not stay dead. They awaken from death as if from a short sleep into an eternity in which death shall be no more. Death shall die then, but humans will live eternally. In 14 lines, Donne has carried out an effective rhetorical attack against the invincibility of death and, at the same time, has declared his faith in an eternal afterlife's joys that shall transcend the horror of earthly life.